Okay, so we'll do it again. You probably can hear it is raining super heavily. So I just found somewhere random to hide from the rain, like a safe space for now, and at the same time filming for the message I prepared before I started this trip to you. And you probably can tell from the same outfit, I'm filming this on the same day of the previous video. But yeah, let's do this because now this rainy time is the frame. It's a moment allowing me to do it, and I feel like it's right. So I have the spread on here, and I haven't really prepared much because I just wanted it to be more freely expressed, and let's see what's come up, because whatever come freely right now into my mind should be whatever is the most suitable for my collective. So let's see. The first thing I want to talk about is focus. You know, in our lives, of course, we keep growing and evolving. So if you take some time to look back, you might find yourself have been navigated a lot of dimensions or a lot of achievements or aspects in your life, and maybe you have came across a lot of friends group, a lot of different hobbies, or just yourself. You have experienced a lot of different phases in your life, and sometimes when we look back, we might get a bit lost because we have done so much. But I would say just pay attention to the moments right now, because all you need and all that is the most potent for you lies in the moment now, here. And for example, throughout my life, I have done many different kind of jobs. Because to me, from the previous video, you probably can tell from my traveling practice, like, experience is something that I value a lot, and so as the same to my career. When I was younger, I wanted myself to be able to gain more different kind of work experience. So after my graduation from university, I actually didn't plan to find one job, and then I just spent my whole life in that category. Of course, I'm not saying this is not a good path, you know? Everyone is different, and from that point of my life, I already kind of know a little bit of myself, and I know what's better for me, and trying out different kind of work path was what I was looking for. So yeah. Ooh. How do I go from here back to focus? Okay. So yeah, at this point of my life, the more and more I grow up, then I get to know myself slightly more, and then you would notice there might be a slight tiny change in your mind, and whatever happens to be matter to you in the past might not be matter to you as much as before, and maybe something else you value more at this moment. And so I don't know if I talked about this tattoo on my middle finger before, but this actually means impermanence in an Indian language. I forgot. It's not Sanskrit. It's something older than Sanskrit. Anyways, so yeah, about life, change is inevitable. And so if it is something that's supposed to happen for sure, then I would say we embrace when the change is happening. So yeah, for example, doing this video, I didn't really thought it would come out this way. You know, I have all these different versions of me recording my videos, but ultimately this version of me came out and I feel the most comfortable with, and yeah, it just happens when we focus on what makes us happy. And yeah, I blame the rain because I think the rain is disturbing my mind a little. Anyways, okay, so so sometimes you might find it difficult to, aim your, how do you call this one? I don't know. Aim your spike to the middle red point, like you don't know how you can do so. So I would suggest maybe sometimes going backward can lead you forward. Let's say one time one of my friends, he asked me, he's a woodworker, and he messaged me telling me that he was in the middle of losing his creativity, and he was asking me for inspiration, and I think I took a day or two to reply, because I felt like it was a huge important question. And at last, when I replied to him, I told him that he might be feeling a bit stressful. Wait, I need to move the camera a bit closer to me because the ring is super loud and I don't want to shout. Wait. now adjust this. Wait. Bum 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 bum, like that. Yeah, then I don't have to shout. So yeah, I simply replied him that that he might be a bit too stressed. That's why he couldn't enjoy the flow of creativity. So I told him to take a break, maybe to go into the nature and, you know, do nothing. Like, do nothing extra, basically. And because about creativity, it is something very personal. In searching for it is the process of knowing oneself and going inward to search. So yeah, I couldn't really give him like a solid suggestion, but I did my best. I think I did my best asking him to pause, and when he is more relaxed and when he feels more joyful, I'm sure creativity will go back like instantly to him. And so that was the example of, you know, backward is forward sometimes. And yeah, if you are a bit lost, that you don't know what to do or how to proceed in your life, then take a break, recharge. We all need that. It's like the nature also has 4 seasons. So even if we don't think that it is moving on, every step we take, it is actually moving on. Even by doing nothing, it is moving on, my friend. Okay, and yeah, then one card, I want to especially talk about the message written on the card, because it is a beautiful way of saying, and it is to create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. I always look at the other side because I'm not used to look at like the camera, but yeah, it's okay, you can survive. So yeah, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. And that is very, very, very true. I remember one video I talked about how everything is the visualization from our mind. So everything comes from how we think first. And so I can talk about one example. So I am not a vegetarian, I am not a vegan, but I love vegetables. And throughout my journey, there were moments that I was shaken. Like I would be very confused about, because of what's going on right now in our everyday life, what we see, what we hear from other people, and especially when going vegan or vegetarian seems like a big trend happening, um, especially I think in Europe, or maybe, I don't know, maybe in America, Canada, I'm not so sure. But um, when you sometimes might get affected by people around you, how they think and how they eat and how they practice, it might be very difficult for you, or for me actually, for me to find my true knot. But I told you I went to 3 meditation camps before, and my second meditation camp, it was back in Hong Kong, and it was an older center. Now they built a new one, but in that old center, during that Vipassana, I met this monk, and we had some talking. And when I talk to people, I always like asking questions because my curiosity is high, and I always wonder how other people would view one issue or matter, because everyone thinks so differently, because they go through a totally different life path than me. So I remember I asked this monk about how to choose, or how they eat, how to choose their food, how they eat. And this monk told me that she, being the monk, actually doesn't allow her to choose her food. This is one of the practice they have to follow, because they would basically go to shops or people to ask for food, and by doing that you cannot say no to your offerings, like others offering to you. You have to learn to accept every offering you got. And for some reason, that talking was really imprinted in my brain and my heart. And because for me, that was quite a surprising answer that I didn't expect she would tell me this way. And also, in my tattooing journey, I am always intrigued by all that tribal or Asian tattooing practice. And so a huge part of my studying goes to tribal practice, and how the tribe connects with nature, how they think, like their philosophy, and their meaning of life really influenced me a little. So I actually don't think we should never, or we should not eat meat at all. Can I put it this way? Yeah, and when I travel, sometimes I am lucky to meet some hunters, and my lip is so dry, and they would actually share food with me. And I think I've ate meat from deer and meat from boa, and when that meat came from nature, wild nature, the taste is so different, and I feel extra grateful being able to have tasted that gift. So I don't really feel like it's a guilty thing, um, especially when I talk about our minds is everything to start with. So I really believe when we eat, we're actually eating our emotions. We're eating whatever's on our mind. So I think the most important is to eat with grace, to eat while feeling grateful, to eat with joy and thankfulness. Because if I eat with guilt, then whatever comes into my body doesn't really matter. It would just be not as good to my body. So yeah, why am I talking about this? Yeah, because we become what we believe. So yeah, that's a bit too far. I'm going too far, but that's okay. So yeah, yes. Okay, I think today let's let's say um, let's say we finish the message till here, because uh, because my mind is going blank almost, and so I feel like I've talked too much, and whatever message has to come up, it already came. So, and it's 23 minutes already. So let's stop the recording here, and yeah, I pray for the rain to stop sooner, because yeah, I can only move when the rain stops. And I feel like going back home soon, because I miss that coziness. And this is one thing about traveling. We go out to find that appreciation back to what we have. Okay. Same. I love you, and I will see you next time.